Hey there, guys. So I have a question for you. Have you ever been in a situation where you're working on a project and you're working on this with a bunch of friends, or maybe you assemble a team in order to get this done, and everything goes smoothly in the beginning, like the first days or the first weeks, it's all perfect, but then little by little, day by day, this project kind of gets to nowhere. Well, today we're going to talk about how to maintain that consistency, how to maintain that momentum that every team project has in its beginning. In the past, I've had several ideas, tons. And I believe that I'm not exaggerating when I say that 80% of those ideas never saw the light of day. And even though we had our teams, and even though I have a bunch of friends to do the execution, it never happened. It never happened just because we weren't organized. We didn't know how to sustain a project like that, or to understand what our correct role inside that team was. For many reasons, all those projects definitely failed. But along the way, you start to understand what works, what doesn't work. Right now, I'm going to talk about what are the things that, according to my experience, has allowed me to actually finish a team project, which is sometimes handling a team, or I don't know, just like organizing your team or leading can be even more difficult than the project itself. You know what I mean? Okay, so my first advice would be like, always, if you're starting a business or a group routine or anything that has to do with teammates, pick a day and pick an hour, so you know that that is the day and hour your team is going to meet in order to just like discuss about ideas or their process so far, because each one of your teammates has a specific role or a specific task that they will need to finish from one week to the other, right? So always religiously pick a day, pick an hour, and just stick with it. It is really important for your team to stay consistent and basically never miss that date, because that date is the foundation of all the work that you're currently doing. That notion of a deadline, that notion of like, oh, I need to deliver my finished task by Monday or by next week, that's what keeps the pieces moving, right? To just know that there's a deadline, to just know that we're running out of time. But make sure that in every single one of those meetings, you're able to see progress. And maybe if they had any obstacles or if they had any doubts, just make sure that this is a space where they can just talk and communicate. There was something I once heard, that communication debate is knowledge. Meet at least once a week. Try to keep it short and straight to the point. Make some questions. Make sure that your teammates are working as well and finishing their tasks. And make sure you have new goals for the next week. Start using a CRM app. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. And there's a bunch of apps out there that do that. You have Monday.com, you have Airtable, Asana. So for Rent Cycle, that is our mobile app, we use Asana. That's the way we communicate between ourselves, with our engineers. So what this basically does is that it allows you to organize your tasks, keep track of every single one of your teammates, put some notes on every single little project that you have. They usually have some little chats inside every project, so you can have conversations about this specific subject, and you'll have a clear vision of exactly in what phase of each process every of your teammates is. This is a great tool. I really recommend it. On the description box below, I will put a bunch of links of the CRM apps I currently know. So at the end, just decide which one of those apps works the best for you. Okay, so this last advice I learned recently, and I don't know, it's just sometimes you always set such unrealistic goals. Sometimes it's just better to just keep it real, right? Between yourself and your teammates. Just keep it real, keep it simple. Allow yourself to have the time to finish your project correctly. Don't rush it. Understand that each process has its own time, right? I am a perfectionist myself, and I know how hard sometimes it is to just settle for reality instead of dreaming. But dreaming on an excess can be really counterproductive. So yeah, just relax, just enjoy the process, and after that, what's the point? I mean, what's the point of starting a new project, starting a new business, and working with friends if instead of, I don't know, just having a good time, you're actually allowing this to break you apart? So yeah, always have in mind that it's not about setting huge expectations and doing that as quickly as possible, because that is probably not gonna happen. And you know what? The law is pretty simple, and this is the #1 rule: consistency is king. That's it. If you go to the gym every week, you're gonna have a great body. If you meet up with your teammates every week, you're going to have a great business. And you know, that is a satisfaction, you know, not having everything at once, just like enjoying the process. I think that's everything that I wanted to say for today. I hope this works, and you can apply this to any project you have going on right now. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. Please help us with a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.